Yeah, it was a beautiful performance. Thank you, Cesar.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. So I just got you guys together here, and we sort of prepped a little bit, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the process of. Let's start with abstraction, okay? We'll start with that. And because this show that we're in right now has wonderful examples of abstract painting, and I happen to love that medium, that school of art as well. So my question is going to be about the specifics. So when you've got your canvas stretched and you've done all your research, you have your paints before you. What is the sort of first process when you have that blank canvas? What would you start with?
Well, first of all, the canvas is flat on the floor. It's not stretched yet.
Okay.
I decide my edges after I've done the painting.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
final decisions are
Yeah.
after the painting's completed.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have an inspiration. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter whether that inspiration is the shapes in
Mhm.
landscape that you use to go to abstract, or it can be music.
Yeah.
You know, it can be
Yeah.
something quite ephemeral.
Mm-hmm.
Or it can be something like the tarot, which has specific information from each card.
But also huge depth as well. Depth
Yeah,
of
that's right.
kind of, understanding and places that you can go within that.
So after I've done my research and have the basic idea foundation of where I'll go, I put I put polymers down, either a modeling paste or a string gel, and that is kind of becomes the understructure.
I see. Okay.
And
yeah,
then basically my paintings are response paintings. I then
Right.
respond to that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
whatever the ideas were already there may come out, or they may change as I work.
Right. Yeah.
So some
yeah,
will
yeah.
come out looking a little bit more structured than others.
Yeah. So you start with this sort of kind of almost chaotic map that is given to you by the modeling paste and.
I
Is that
suppose
the-
people might see that as chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I love chaos, so I see chaos as actually the most beautiful thing we have on the planet is our chaos. But so let's move over to Cesar, and I'm going to kind of go in the same way, Cesar. So you're in your studio, you've got your piece stretched. How do you sort of start with that?
Well, this project specifically, because it was inspired on the tarot cards, I thought that I wanted to make them with certain level of rigorosity, that they were all very specific.
Yeah.
So all the canvases are 30 inches by 40 inches,
Yeah.
exactly the same, and I use them all vertical. Because
Right.
it's kind of like the same way when we are seeing the tarot cards,
Yeah.
that they have those characters and the representations are there.
Yeah.
And then everything it was for me, and what it was interesting in my subject, it was what was the symbolism behind this? What do they mean? What is that what we are trying to say in each one of those stories?
Right.
So then I went and I did my research about the tarot and everything.
Yeah.
And something that is not written, because of course it is not, it's a lot of speculation, a lot of what it is happening, things that you find in the internet, is that the tarot could have been probably a way of sending messages in the Middle Ages, which was the time where the tarot really kicked and evolved, and the tarot is coming from the Egyptians before that.
Yeah.
So there are many things that have been added and added and added, the symbology and the stories and everything.
Yeah.
But in the Middle Ages, imagine, for example, that I wanted to send a letter to Janet, and I wanted her to know what I wanted to say, but I wanted to keep that letter quiet, without words. It was only one image.
Right.
So, but I knew that she knew the card, and I knew the card.
Yeah.
So then I would send her my card with a few changes that only her, because she also knew what it was there, that she could decodify. So that's what it was interesting for me.
So
what is the symbols inside there?
Yeah, so you're saying that, which is very interesting, is that the tarot is this part of it is conceptual, because the tarot is known to all three of us, and we have knowledge that, so the tower or the hierophant or whatever has common meaning, and then you can expand upon that, and it's sort of like a shortcut.
It's also
Yeah.
that they are very simple, easy to understand characters.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have an immediate association when we see that character.
Okay.
Like for example, the hermit. We already know what a hermit is.
Yeah.
So then
I
we
don't want
associate that.
I don't want to jump over this because it's important, but I also don't want to jump over this idea of, for people who want to paint, like just to get back to the process again. So tarot it's obviously extremely interesting, but I'm wondering about your process as an artist and how that might affect some students of art, you know? So I know, for instance, that your studio is actually in your dance studio. Does that affect your process?
For me, the whole thing goes, notice this, it's like I am trying to disguise myself and look like a character from the carnivals.
Yeah.
Because what happened to me is that, notice that we are bombarded by all these messages in this moment that are so negative, everything that is happening in the news and things, one thing here, one thing there. And to have a positive and energetic and optimistic view of the world is not that easy.
Yeah.
So then that's what I'm trying to do with this work.
Yeah.
With anything that I do is try to create a story that is beautiful, that is poetic, that is happy, and that connects people, and that they can, the camera.
Sorry, I didn't see it there.
Okay, that's all right. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I think it's okay.
As long as you enjoy the artwork.
Yeah. There's more there, and okay. That was exciting.
Sorry.
No, thank you for that excitement, and I'm really happy and we are still rolling. Okay.
Okay, so I was saying that it is very difficult to stay optimistic when everything that we hear on the news and everything there's a lot of negativity and a lot of problems there. So then that's what I always have in my mind, how to stay like this, like I'm disguising myself, making
within your
a
disguise.
costume, making people laugh. It's like I'm making a mask on my face, and that's what I use to perform. That's my performance about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's how can we laugh about this? It's instead of it's difficult to stay optimistic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Messages, notes, dreams, desires, hopes, and wishes. You and no you are all together with the resonance of our life in movement, turning fantasy into reality, or reality fulfilled with fantastical characters and dreams. A brilliant way to walk on this terrain with hope and desire to accomplish our personal adventure. A combination of experiences coming from our spiritual search and represented in the physical realm. Messages, notes, dreams, desires, hopes, and wishes. The possibility of running or jumping on our path with the expectation of knowing where to land and predicting our own successful arrival. The working of the entire cosmos on our favor is bringing us messages, notes, dreams, desires, hopes, and wishes. This too shall pass, moving always forward, knowing that everything will work out for our greater good, both the beginning and the end of an entire life experience are in front of our eyes. Something else comes afterwards. Freeing ourselves from wrongful lessons and letting ourselves to tell us where and how. A magnificent journey is always waiting for our leap. Instinct will tell us in what way, knowing that everything else is only there temporarily. This too shall pass. And new messages, notes, dreams, desires, hopes and wishes will come. Thank you very much.